Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Standing here with our senior draft analyst, Chris James. And Chris, now that the 2014 NFL Draft is complete, let's take a look back at the Dallas Cowboys and see how well they did this past weekend by handing out some draft grades.
The Cowboys came into the draft on a mission to get better defensively, and that was made clear by 7 of the 9 selections going to the defensive side of the football, picking up a guy in the 7th round and Ahmad Dixon out of Baylor that could see a lot of time early at strong safety. What I like most about the Cowboys draft were the first 2 selections in Zach Martin out of Notre Dame and DeMarcus Lawrence out of Boise State. Yes, they could have went defense in round 1, but then they would have missed out on Martin, who will be able to slide in at left guard from day 1. And DeMarcus Lawrence out of Boise is another very good edge player that can play with his hand in the dirt or standing up, giving Rod Marinelli flexible options on defense. I also like the 5th round selection of Devin Street out of Pitt. He's a great run after the catch guy with very good acceleration, and that doesn't mind going across the middle of the field. I think he could end up being the number 2 over Terrence Williams before the season is over with. What I questioned was the outside linebacker pick, Anthony Hitchens, in round 4 out of Iowa. I felt as though they could have went defensive tackle there, seeing that getting a disruptive force on the inside was a bigger need than outside linebacker. And this is nothing against Hitchens, but Karan Reed out of Princeton was still on the board and would have given Dallas exactly what they needed up front. There's 2 undrafted free agents that could surprise and make the roster, and both guys are on the offensive side of the ball. One is fullback J.C. Copeland out of LSU, who reminds me a lot of Craig Ironhead Hayward in the fact that he can not only block, but can be used situationally as a short yardage and goal line back, and he also shows soft hands coming out of the backfield. The second is tight end Jordan Niver out of Baylor, who had an excellent week down at the East-West Shrine game this week and could find a home as the Cowboys' 4th tight end. I gave the Cowboys a C for their draft. The 2 things they had to address mainly coming into the draft was defensive tackle and free safety, and they didn't address the free safety position, and they got defensive tackles late. However, all is not lost because of what they did in rounds 1 and 2 with Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence, but you still have to wonder if the same issues will rear its ugly head for the Cowboys in 2014. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Cowboy fan forums for always showing football game plan support.